I'm Kylie, just another Army vet. Welcome to another reaction video. So I'm excited because today is my first video on Norway. This comes from a channel called Magnus Midtbø. He is actually a retired world-class climber who decided to make a video all about Norway's long-range reconnaissance patrol, which are considered to be special forces, I believe. Other militaries have similar units as well. U.S. Marines have Force Recon, and I think Sweden has a unit called Airborne Rangers or something. I'm not sure. You can drop that in the comments if you know. This video is called Only 1% Make It, Arctic Elite Military Force. Let's get to it.
The world's best Arctic fighters. The Norwegian Reconnaissance Squadron is an elite force only a few people would even consider. And out of those who do, only 1% make it through their selection. These guys are specialists at operating behind enemy lines for long periods of time. They're trained to go unnoticed in any terrain and to be completely independent. They're also the Norwegian force's best climbers. And just to give you an idea of how tough this unit really is, earlier this year they went on a mission where they spent 44 days outside in down to minus 30 degrees in some of the harshest Arctic conditions you can imagine, without any supplies and without being told how long the mission would last. This is a screened unit, meaning their identity has to remain a secret, and no media has ever been allowed in, not until now, as I'm about to join the world's best Arctic fighters on a mission above the Arctic Circle and behind enemy lines.
Beautiful photos so far.
Welcome to Norwegian Military Intelligence Battalion. Today you are going to visit the long-range reconnaissance squadron, the lrrps, and do a mission with them.
A climbing mission, I've heard.
A climbing mission, a bit different from what you are normally doing. Yeah. And I guess when we get you geared up, it will be odds even. Your patrol has been tasked to support the rescuing of a downed pilot behind enemy lines. The pilot, his last known position is in the area of East-Tindan, here.
So the mission is to rescue the pilot, who should be somewhere in the area of East-Tindan. We'll be transported into enemy's territory by car, where we get dropped off and have to make our way up the mountain as quickly as possible and unnoticed by the enemy. As soon as we have the pilot, we'll call for a helicopter to come fly us out.
Questions?
No questions.
The guys will take care of you.
I guess it's just a squad that's going out, so maybe 8 or 10 soldiers. I guess that would really be a team, not really a squad. I think a squad is usually a little larger.
Should I be aware of the surroundings? Like look around, do we need to be ready to, because now we're behind enemy lines.
Yeah, we just got a SIT update from our base. They have intelligence that says that there are enemy forces moving towards our position, and they're probably looking for the pilot as well.
And we also have to be quick. Right.
Yeah, we have to pick up the pace, unfortunately.
I mean, these backpacks are like 35 kilos, and that's no exaggeration. So like, we measure them before. My legs aren't that strong. I already feel it a little bit, but I'm going to try to keep up with you guys. How do we move without being noticed in this terrain? Because that's your kind of specialty, right?
Well, we try to stay in the low terrain unless we have like concealment in the fog and stuff like that. And as you can see around us now, the fog is coming in, so that's good for us.
Luckily, we're being picked up by a helicopter at the top. For me, that's really the highlight. I've never been in a helicopter before, so. But first, we need to find the Firejet pilot.
Yeah. That's
priority number one. Riding the helicopter, that's priority number 2.
Beautiful.
These guys have like a crazy high pace, and I've been told that I should look for enemies to the left. So the guy in the front, he's looking straight ahead. I'm looking to the left. The guy behind me is looking to the right. But I'm too out of breath to even I feel like my sight is kind of blurry.
So 75, 80-pound rucksack is not that heavy. However, it's a different story when you have to hump with it all day on your back going up a mountain at that altitude. And consider this, he is a world-class athlete, and they've only been doing this an hour, and he's still out of breath.
It was really exciting. If we keep this pace for much longer, I have to ask them if we can take a little break. The fire jet pilot needs to wait, otherwise I'm gonna die on the way up here. And it was crazy. We left like 1 a.m. didn't sleep at all. We were supposed to sleep for like an hour, but I couldn't fall asleep. And we have very little food with us, and we're just gonna try to do this as quickly as possible, get in, get out. And these guys are crazy fit, and we're soon about to like get our harness on and start actually climbing. And I think that's going to be really spectacular, but it's a very different climbing that I'm used to. These backpacks are around 35 kilos, so that's about half my body weight, and I don't know how I'm going to climb with that, and also with boots. It's like, these are very different from my usual Drago climbing shoes.
So beautiful though. Wow. So right now their uniforms are blending in with their environment. However, once they start reaching snow, it's going to be a different story. So I wonder if they brought any white covers for their bags or any white uniforms to change into. For almost 5 hours. That is a lot.
I've done a lot of hard shit lately, but this is hard in just a different way. Just never ending. We've been hiking for hours. We thought we're at the top, and we're just halfway. So the last few hours we've just been hiking, but it's super hot right now, running low on water, but now it looks like we're gonna climb the ridge finally. And I've kind of stopped looking for enemies, to be honest. I just feel like, yeah, if there are any enemies in the area, they're gonna deal with it. So
he's kind of getting complacent, which I guess is expected, but as they're going up in elevation, it is getting colder, but because of all the physical activity, he's actually getting hotter. And the problem with that is, if he's wearing too many layers, then you can start to sweat, and then when you stop, you'll actually get cold, and then you have a danger of hypothermia. So that's just something to always keep in mind. Always have layers on, that way you can take layers off as you get hot.
I'm not focusing on myself right now. Need to save the pilot.
Focus on the mission.
I think this is gonna take me some time to recover from. Like, right now it feels like my batteries are really low, and I know that the mission has just started, so I'm a little bit worried. I saw you got like an update on the...
As of now, the entire Operation Meatballs is...
Meatballs?
Meatballs. Who made that name?
Might have been me. It's critical for us to get to the pilot as soon as possible. As you can see in front of us, we have a really narrow and steep ridge line. That's the only way through. It's super exposed. We're exposed to like the elements, rocks and stuff, but also from being spotted by the enemy.
What happens if we get like shot at during our climb? Do we...
You shoot back. But no, actually, if you notice something on the right-hand side, there's that one guy who has some sort of computer. So I wonder what that is exactly.
Do we, what is it called? Return fire? Or
yeah, we will shoot back.
Shoot back, okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Because we're pretty vulnerable on that ridge.
It's going to be a shitstorm if we get in contact on the ridge.
Yeah.
We've divided like one full rack with all the pros. So the nuts and the cams. We're gonna go as a 3. Yeah.
Is it a climbing helmet?
So it's we have another helmet kind of similar, which is made for ballistics.
Okay.
So it's really heavy.
Yeah.
But this one is a more lightweight one.
Yeah.
The first person goes in front with all the protection, and then you as the second person will take it out.
Yeah.
And then
so we're not belaying each other. I think it's going to be new to a lot of people watching this type of style. That's the kind of, you have to have a pretty quick reaction, you know, like was it left, was it right, and then you just have to do it.
Yeah, and you'll see afterwards, like maybe not using this kind of pros, but just using natural, just rocks, whatever you have, trees, and just put the rope in between.
Yeah. Also the harness is camo. That was pretty cool. I've never seen that before. And we're gonna climb with the backpacks, so that's what's gonna make it really challenging. I mean, this route isn't gonna be that hard in itself. We're trying to go quick, and we're trying not to be noticed, you know. So I mean, it's a different way of moving. When we get down there, we call for the helicopter. How long does that usually take for the helicopter to come?
Since there's a lot of enemy in the area, then it's a bigger operation, so they need multiple planes to kind of suppress the enemy before they can bring in a helicopter, which is an easier target.
Yeah, so they first have to suppress the enemy's air force. And then they can come in and save us.
Yeah. No,
and what do we do if we don't get a helicopter?
It wouldn't be the first time it happens. So you always plan for an emergency plans. So you always have kind of escape routes and different kinds of pickups.
Yeah, but the pilot is, I mean, he's worth more than us, right? Because he's
so the education they get, and they're jet fighter pilots. So
in other words, they are more expendable than the pilots, which does make sense actually.
They're jet fighter pilots. So
it's a very cynical way of looking at it, but that's how it is.
They're kind of pushing the 5 of us to help get him out.
Yeah.
And that's our mission. So we just have to
follow the mission.
Follow the mission.
Yeah. What is that? That's a lot of rope. Rope is heavy too. I'm loving these drone shots. I mean, this is just beautiful. Oh, wow. That must be tricky with the rucksack. I can imagine it throws your balance off and just makes you work harder to actually get up.
So you guys sore at all?
I don't think my legs know what they've been up to yet. So maybe I'll feel it later. But
yeah, well, you were leading the way the whole way. Pretty high pace.
I thought you did good.
Oh wow. And they're not even using gloves. Oh wow. This seems like this is a professionally made video by National Geographic or something, or Discovery. I mean, this is just amazing.
So you're looking for the pilot. Is he gonna give you like a signal, or is it like, what are you looking for?
Yeah, well, I'm looking for a single person, but if he sees us, he'll confirm it with a smoke or a flare. But I'm trying to scan to see him, because he should be in the area.
Do you know what color he's wearing?
He should be wearing a flight suit. Yeah, I think I got him. Yeah, it's right by the edge there.
Do you have a way of calling him, or? do we just need to go down there and check?
I think we'll try to get closer before we do anything else.
Okay.
Try not to be called out by the enemy.
Don't want to give away your position. $10 hours. Ooh.
With the glacier, it's all white.
All
so
white.
That's why we brought our white cam.
Okay.
So for the pants,
Yeah.
here as well, and then for our helmets, everything.
Everything's
So we're gonna
white.
try and like blend into the glacier.
Yeah. So what's the plan now? The guy's up there, right? The pilot is up there somewhere.
We think we saw something
Mhm.
up on the other ridgeline up there.
Yeah.
So
We just got a report about increased hostile activity in the area.
yeah,
So we have to be extra careful, right? So we're gonna switch to the white clothes.
yeah. So the white cams,
Mhm.
top and bottoms.
Well, I guess we have no time to waste.
No time to waste. So
Yeah.
let's get changed.
Is that smoke?
That's him.
That's the pilot, right?
Yeah.
Safe!
These guys are specialists when it comes to this mountain Arctic warfare. All this technical mountaineering stuff, they really have to get down to a science, because as you can see, lives depend on it. U.S. Marine Recon actually does train at their school as well.
So what we're gonna do is make sure you get rid of the hypothermia. We're gonna get you some shelter, heat you up, give you some warm fluids. Have you heard anything about the helicopter?
Yeah, so just got news. The old forces did not manage to suppress enemy anti-air, so there will not be helicopter for us.
So we have to make the way down ourselves.
Yeah, we need to walk down ourselves. So we need to get down very fast.
Oh man.
That sucks. And he was looking forward to the helicopter ride too. Aww. Way later.
Finally. We've been walking on snow for hours.
33 hours?
Now we've been out for, I think it's close to 35 hours without sleep, with hardly any food. I feel really low on energy, and this is so different from all the other challenges that I've done. Like, I don't even have energy to, like, on the way down I didn't have energy to talk to the camera, and it's just, I don't know, I feel like I'm completely empty right now, and I don't know, it's just this backpack is so annoying, you know? Did I mention that it's 35 kilos? I think I've mentioned that like 20 times already. Evan, you told me something funny earlier about the warmest piece of clothing in NATO.
Yeah.
What is it?
You wanna know what it is? Oh, it's this piece of kit right here.
It's a backpack.
Yeah.
Would you call this operation successful? so far?
Yeah, I'd say it's been.
And there's the contact. I guess that's smoke grenades. So those yellow things that you see at the end of their barrel, that's called a blank firing adapter, and you use it as a safety precaution when you're actually firing blanks.
Did you guys know that we were gonna get shot at today? Or was that a surprise?
It's always a surprise. I mean, you never know if you're gonna meet enemies. When you get tired, on your way down, coming from the mountain, or you're going to your pickup point.
Yeah.
That's when you start like getting really unfocused, and so kind of have to be switched on the whole time.
And I guess it's smart of them to test you at the end of a mission like this,
for sure.
When you're tired, and because they test your reflexes, I guess. Like
and no, we're trained to, like, if we hear that we're getting shot at, something just turns on. Yeah, you're yelling, adrenaline starts pumping. No matter how tired you are, you don't want to get killed, right? So you shoot back and you do your best.
So I was actually instructed to not shoot if we had any contact. I was just directed to just stay put and follow the instructions. So I'm definitely not gonna look like a hero in that shot. Is there anything we could have done better?
I mean, we ended up in a contact with the enemy.
Okay.
It's never good, but we managed it well and we got out of there.
Defeated.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm just super excited. I'm just super excited for the pizza.
Yeah.
You've been telling me about the pizza, and my mouth gets like watery just from saying that word. It's been very little food and water, and I don't know how you guys do this, like not every day, but quite often.
Yeah, you get more and more used to it every time you do it.
Yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe as always, and I will see you next time.
So, no surprise that there was contact. I mean, after all, the cameras were rolling. Anyway, this kind of reminds me of a mission I had to go on my final FTX at medic school. We ended up having to go as a squad behind enemy lines to rescue some helicopter pilots. And that was only about an hour-long mission, maybe 2. So that was nothing compared to what these guys actually did. But yes, these guys are awesome. They really are elite athletes, and their PT test is supposed to be brutal. And actually, Magnus went ahead and attempted this test and filmed it. So once I react to that video, I'll put it right here. Thanks for watching.